Rocky Mountain Bear, I had no idea what happened. I didn't even touch my phone, and the live ended. I had like this spinny circle, and all of a sudden, boop, I was gone. So it was really weird. Oh, hi there, Bryce. Welcome in. It was really bizarre, and also kind of that was kind of a little worrisome there because I have not had that happen before. It's really, really bizarre. How bizarre! How bizarre! Still kind of there. The only thing I think of, like, what if someone reported my content and they're like, hey, and I got flagged for whatever reason, and they ended the live. Really weird. Well, nice, Bryce. That's a good way to start. Yeah. Bryce, look into the Nova Points, which is the same company that makes these wheels. They make resin, diamonds, drill bits, and various grits. Amy. Amy's just out here trying to get me in trouble. Amy's picking on me. I swear, if someone did report me, it'd be so stupid because like there's like much worse. There's worse lives out there that are doing really weird stuff, and yet they have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers for like essentially brain rot content. Whereas here, I'm trying to help teach people my processes of polishing rocks, which is free. Let's check our. Let's just do a quick scan before I take the work again. Very carefully look over here. I like how I'm wearing an apron. My pants are still getting wet. We might have to use the 140 grit again, maybe, to work over here to get that ground down. Everywhere else is looking okay for the next step. We do have some pitting right here on this side, but I'm not going to worry about that. Bryce, keep an eye out on like either Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist for used equipment. That we can kind of get into it, but before spending like thousands of dollars, and that way, if you do like it, then you can then upgrade to something else because you can always upgrade. And there's Brian. Hi there, Brian. And here, Fire Obsidian content is too hot. And then Rocky Mountain Bear just realized the other day the precursors to ruby and sapphire is aluminum oxide and chrome oxide. Plus heat equals ruby. ZM is a precursor to ruby. Heat up ZM enough and you get a ruby. Oh, I did not know that, Rocky Mountain Bear, until the diamond came along. Hi there, Akira. So we're going to use a nice price. I've always been into rocks too since I was a kid. I don't remember. This is kind of what my mom used to say. But yeah, if you can get equipment at this age, start as early as you can. Hi there, Lawrencine. Alright, that looks better. I think I was about, oh gosh, Middle school, I think I had asked my mama for like a tumbler or something to polish rocks with, and of course, I think she did get me a tumbler, but she got me like the cheap National Geographic tumbler. Don't get those ones. If you're gonna get a tumbler, like just spend the extra money. And even then, like I wasn't able to really run it the whole entire time because she didn't like the sound that I made. So there's some nice color in that one. Very nice. My paint's getting wet. Alright, those other scratches will come out with a 600, but we do have to round this over here to really get that blended in a little bit. Gotta blend, 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 blend. And Amy, help me forget to turn on those lights before you leave. Well, Bryce, do you have any neighbors that have yards that you can mow? Because when I was about your age, I was mowing my neighbor's yard for a few bucks. Make some extra money. Between that and I would sometimes ask my mom if I could stay home to do chores and do dishes and stuff and make money that way. I hate doing dishes though. Because the kitchen would get so bad sometimes that there's like dishes would just like line the counters, overflow. Alright, we are now in the 600 grit here. And there was actually like many times where I stayed home from school, just so I wouldn't have to deal with getting bullied at school. And usually when I did that, like that was when I helped kind of clean and put the entire house together. Deep clean the house, kitchen. This way I don't have to go to school. And now I hate doing dishes. Even when I went to Job Corps, I don't know if anyone else has been here has been gone to Job Corps, but kids, at least at the center I went to, they are required to do either landscaping or kitchen duty during their stay, with like a total of 2 weeks worth of time. So like 1 week at a time, throughout the time that they're there. And both times I was chosen, I was graced with landscaping. And ironically enough for them, I actually did my job. And both times I did my job for landscaping, that was the week that corporate was coming down to do their little inspections. and they're like, "Thank you for doing your job," because the grounds look great for the big inspection. You know, Bryce, I have actually never really worked with fluorite before. Most of the stuff I've worked with, like obsidian, agate, and jasper, petrified wood. I worked with amber a couple times, but I've never worked with fluorite. So, take a peek here. It's coming along nicely. We gotta focus here on the end a little bit. I mean, that's not really the focal point of this piece, but we still want to make it look fairly nice. Everywhere else is looking fairly good. Again, I don't care about the sides here, because again, that's not the focal point. The focal point is this right here. But we still want to have a fairly decent polish on there. Bryce, like, are you wanting like ideas like how to polish it or how to fix it, or like I'm trying to figure out like what you're trying to ask. Like the shapes, you know, Bryce. My advice: just play around with it. I mean, everyone's different as far as like kind of what they do as far as lapidary. Like for example, for like fire obsidian here, I hate waste. I do not like wasting the material, so I just kind of work with the shape that's already given to me. I just play around with it. Have fun with it. You don't have to have a dedicated shape or anything when you're working pieces. At least I don't think so anyway. Me personally, I don't like doing very symmetrical shapes because one, it's kind of hard to do. But for two, I think if you do like unique shapes, it's more fun that way. I think you can get more creative. I mean, technically, someone could come through here and cut this piece down even further. Like, they can cut away all this excess here and just only have that, but I don't have that kind of time. Especially since all my saws right now are buried. I'm just trying to get out some scratches here on the end. Still kind of there. Be able to scratch here on that side right here. Very gently work that out. Does anyone have any big plans for Thanksgiving? Going to family's home, or just having a dinner, or what? Let me know. We're gonna go to Amy's grandmother's house to have dinner and hang out with family. Alright, I think we're ready for the next stage. Yeah, we're ready for 1200. Get another ShamWow going. So Wild Heart, we just, so we went from, this head's making a weird sound, I gotta figure out what that sound is. But we went from 140, 280, 600, and now we're gonna be going to 1200. And this will be the last step before polish. Excuse me. Next we're doing 1200. Plenty of water on there. You're welcome, Wild Heart. Again, this is the last step before we go to polish. We just take our time. Well, hi there, Richard. Wild Heart, do you not like the switcher system? I think if you want to change the system, I believe with that you have to have a drain plug in the trays to have it drip from the top. Or we do have it drip from the top, you're going to have to empty out the tray frequently just so you don't have water overflowing. Because that's kind of how the Cab King is set up. I still haven't used the Cab King, but it's very similar to this machine where it has water pumped in from a bucket and then you have to have a drain for it. And pretty good, Richard. We're just working on this piece of obsidian. And I'll get a price figured out after the live, and I'm going to include this in Friday's lineup. Friday I'm going to be doing a very short live sale where all the fire obsidians can be 30% off the sticker price. And it's going to be a one-day only event. And that might be the only time that I do that kind of discount for fire obsidian because I do not have a lot of this stuff. Well, I don't have a lot prepared. I should say. What I have is what I have. Well, thank you, Richard. Fire Friday. It is kind of crazy to think about how Black Friday used to be when people would just bum rush the doors to get inside and get products, and now, TVs are so inexpensive right now. I was at Fred Meyer in the last couple months. Their TVs have been less than $1,000 for a 65 or 75 inch TV. And I'm man, because technically our TV is slowly going out, and then it's technically my fault because supposedly you're not. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Supposedly you're not supposed to have, say if you have an Xbox, you need to have everything on one outlet. Or at least one power strip and not different power sources for whatever reason. And I think that's what caused my TV to start kind of having white spots on the screen. Which is a shame because I like to have the TV in the other room. It hides all the wires, it hides all the bulky clutter on the entertainment center, but now I have to put everything back. Alright, we're going to check our work here in a second to see how we're doing. Better work. That water is a little cold. I know, Richard. I remember I think it's the TV that we have in our room. I think I remember paying like $1,800 for it, and now I'm just kind of shaking my head like I should have waited. I should have waited. That's okay. All right, we're looking good so far. That's not too bad. But we really want to look for any of the really fine scratches. So we're going to do here. We're going to focus down here, right here. And we're also going to focus a lot more in here as well. And again, I don't care about the side over here. We're only polishing where the fire is at. Man, so cheap. Welcome to 2025, where Xbox consoles are jumping up in price and TVs are going down in price. Remember when TVs used to be like very, very heavy? Well, hi there, James. I'm working on this piece of fire obsidian. We're going to kind of focus down here, make sure we have water on our wheel. Go slow. I'm not pressing too hard. Got a little pressure on there, but nothing like, not big pressure. Ghost. Yeah, man. I worked for a furniture company for I think a couple months. Never again. Especially for the people that just moved into the state, like for college students. College students will show up to an apartment quite often where they don't have anything in their name or it's like any kind of furniture, and they want like a couch, a love seat, a dining set, bed frame. Just like, oh man, you're starting from scratch, aren't you? And of course, you have to live on the third floor. Oh, hi there, Dennis. Dang, yeah. Ghost Set is one upside. You know, it's good exercise. But man, I hated stairs so much. I will say when I did work at the liquor store, that was like probably the best shape I was in. I think the lowest I weighed was like 215. I think I was able to wear a medium-sized shirt. Or a large. No, I think I was able to wear a large. That's what I was. Felt pretty good about myself. But now I'm rocking that dad bod everyone's into. Well, nice, Richard. I'm over here in Corvallis, Oregon. Nice to see you can hang out with us for a little while. Hopefully you had a good day today. The weather was fair for you. Really want to focus here on this side because we really want to get those scratches out before we go to the carpet wheel. So for Richard and anyone else that's new here, after this stage is going to be polish. There are some people that will go from like this wheel to maybe like 14,000 or 50,000. You don't really need to. Every material is different, but for obsidian, you can go from 1200 to a cerium oxide on a carpet wheel, and you can actually get a really good polish. It all boils down to spending the extra time to make sure all the scratches are out, and a good eye for detail. So as of right now, this is still not good enough to go to the next stage. There's still a little scratch right here. And I really don't want any scratches where the fire is at. And I want to focus right here, and a little over here still. So we'll do one at a time. And once we get one spot done, confirm that it's good to go, and we'll go to the next spot. Wild Heart, is it like, oh gosh, what is it? It's is it felt? It might be felt, maybe. So when you're trying to sand a rock, you really should not use permanent marker unless you know what the material is and kind of the surface texture that you're working with. Because if you have a piece that has a bunch of cracks and crevices and you use a permanent marker, guess what? That ink's going to get inside the cracks and crevices, or even like on quartz. Quartz is very porous, and good luck getting that out. Obsidian here. Obsidian is a-okay to use permanent marker with. Oh yeah, so it's probably like a felt, if I had to guess. But one of the reasons why I like to use the permanent marker, to kind of where I want to focus the pinpointing of the wheel on, is just so I can see it from the. So I'm looking from the side. You're looking dead on. I'm looking from the side here, and I can see where the permanent marker is at that I need to kind of focus on. But that spot should be worked out now. So just gotta blend it a little bit here. Gotta blend. Move the stone around. And then double check again. Hi there, BMW. And that spot's done. So now we're gonna kind of focus here on the end. Same thing. Kind of watching where that marker was, so I can kind of get where I need to go. Make sure to blend it as I'm going. Because if we spend too much time on one spot, it's going to cause a facet, and we do not want facets. We want a nice rounded edge, rounded smooth edge. And that really should be enough, but just to be on the safe side, we're going to do a little more here. Check my work. I'm happy with that. And now we can focus kind of in here. Well, Heather Ben. Keep it appropriate. And I'm sorry, I am not doing any custom work right now for anybody. I got a backlog of stuff to do. I still have to do a sunstone, I have to do an opal, and then I think then I can actually focus on other projects that are mine. No worries. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Ben. You too, Richard. And yeah, have a good evening. And I'll hopefully maybe see you in a future live. Or working on something else. Thanks for popping in. Really gonna focus right here. And then we're gonna blend. Focus. And then blend it. Check our work. Nope. Sometimes you can still get scratches. And let's see if we can see on camera here. Yeah, you can actually kind of see it right there, right here. Right above that line, there's some lines. We don't want those lines. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. So mark that spot so we can focus on it. Other than that, The rest of it looks really good for the next stage. No, right there. Oh yeah, I'll try to get that again. All right. It's really gonna focus right where that lands at. Aim at the light so I can see from this kind of angle. Lighting is kind of everything if you're going to be doing lapidary. I say that because this light right here will show some things that this other light doesn't, and vice versa. So if you ever plan on getting to do lapidary, have a couple different lights, and when you're looking for scratches, move the rock around. Because if you move it around, it's gonna show something at one angle that it won't show at another. Take your time, go nice and slow. You're gonna blend it. Check it. No, it's still there. I will say there's a lot of people that are not as picky as I am when it comes to getting all the scratches out. There are people out there that may not have equipment and might just cover some lacquer on there and call it a day, or clear coat, or whatever I want to do, or resin. I don't do that around here. It would make my job a lot easier though. But we don't do that around here. That scratch is still there. Let's go to the other side. Blend it again. Hope we got it that time. Not really. No. I promise we're almost done. And there's Jim. Hi there, Jim. Hi there, Ethia. Alright, got it out. You want to focus a little bit here on the corner though. Better. That's about done with the 1200. Got 48 people watching and 23 likes. If you'd be so kind to leave a like, it is free. Turn off this light here. I wonder if I should sand that edge there. Yeah, I think we might have to just make it look nice. All right, so before we go any further, let's take care of this side right here. To do that, we're just going to go to 600 and get all the scratches out. This shouldn't take too long. I'm not really going for perfection for this side here. I just want to make it look better than it does. Because again, the side's not our focal point, but at least if I can make it look better, then I'll be okay with that. Here's 1200. Alright, that's definitely better than what it was. Here we get this. Be good enough for that. Hi there, Duncan. Good enough. All right. Oopsie. Up next will be the polishing wheel. This is my favorite part. I forgot I moved everything around for you. When we were using TikTok for a little bit. Jeez Louise. I really had to move this thing around. I don't have a lot of room to work with here. For now. We'll change here soon. You all know that. For those that don't know that, we are working on expanding. And I have almost everything I need. Oh, I still have to buy brad nails and staples. That's one thing I forgot to get on Home Depot today. Dang it. I'm trying to have all the supplies I need to do all the interior insulation and shiplap for the new space, and I forgot to grab those very important tools. Staples and brad nails. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. We're going to apply water to it, get it nice and damp, and then we're going to put our cerium oxide on there, and then we're going to go from a not so shiny piece of obsidian to a very shiny piece of obsidian. Copper wheel time. Right here. Nice and damp. saw some on the concrete. That's fine. Like it's gonna hurt it. My toesies. Alright. Adjust the cameras a little bit here. There we go. Alright. This is where we shine our rock here. And we're just gonna boop. Just like that. Holy water that spray bottle blessed by the obsidian masters of old, by the old gods and by the new, it shall be blessed. See, it's a little dry right there, so we want a little bit more water on there. If I just hold it here, we should be able to see a difference in the surface once we wipe it off. So we just wipe it off there. It's already getting shiny. Let's do the same thing over here. Well, hi there, Harold. And Harold, I still have to send you an email regarding the Silver Sheen cabs. I haven't forgotten about you. I woke up this morning, I'm like, I need to email Harold. See, we already have a little bit of a nice difference there. Now I do have to be very careful. Absolutely, Harold. And Harold, do you only want the Silver Sheen? Because I do have Silver Sheen. I think I have Gold Sheen. It's like a subtle Gold Sheen. It's not like super deep Gold Sheen, but I do have both. I think the cabs themselves are already pretty affordable, but I will be honoring the 20% discount on the cabs. Focusing in. Remember, you do not have to. When you're on a carpet wheel, it does not matter what direction you are working, so long as you check your work to make sure you didn't miss any spots. And you want to be able to add plenty of pressure on there as well. I do have to be careful because the back of the stone has not been worked. No worries, Harold. So I do have to be very careful because this could cut me if I'm not careful. If I don't respect the stone, I should have ground back the back end of it, or the back side of it, just to have a preventative measure in place, because that could hurt a lot. Yeah, it's my favorite step too. While I actually considered like going to the parking lot next to Fred and Larry, just to get a random like rock out of there, sand and polish it, and go put it back. Kind of fun. turn on the Christmas lights outside here in a bit, just so they have some nice lights to come home to. I think by the time Amy gets back river, it's gonna be dark. Yes, Ghost, this stage I don't have to worry about what direction I'm working. What really matters is adding pressure. I mean, I'm kind of light under pressure right now, but it is very important to add the pressure to it. Just take your time. There's never any rush with this part of the process. So just want to take your time and just kind of feel it, because right now it's starting to dry out. We don't want that. Just add a little bit more water. Okay, so put this. Now it's not so dry. So pressure and moisture are things you really got to pay attention to in this stage. Good. It's looking good. Just gonna have pressure here. Adding a lot of pressure because it is a larger surface area. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty much going over the piece again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm sure it's done. I just want to make sure. Corners, edges, how close. And I'm adding pressure. It's trying to grab onto it because it's drying out a little bit from the friction. Pressure again, and let's go ahead and check our work. Turn it off really quick. I love that squeak. I already see one spot we have to hit. And I see a second spot we got to hit. And the polishing wheel should actually get that out. So we do have a scuff right here. I'm not too worried about it. We should be able to get that out with the wheel. That's probably just where it got too dry. So you need to focus on the top there. Sides are good. So we need to focus on this corner and right here, there on top. And we're going to put a lot of pressure onto that to get those out. And if it doesn't come out, then I'll have to go backwards, get them out that way. So we're just going to push hard and hope for the best. And they're gone. Just like that. So we got those out, and now we just got to focus on the corner over here. And I think that was the corner that we were looking at earlier. And we are done. We're done. Do it, Jim. you wipe off all the excess cerium really quick, and then I'm going to rinse this off. And then we'll look at it before we end the live. Excuse me. Apparently all gassy. Got it. Oh, that's not actually what I wanted to do. All right. Get this right off. Oh, I guess I could have. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. I do see one spot I'll have to re-hit, but that's okay. All right. Look at that. What do you think? I do have to hit this part right here with the carpet wheel again. A little dull spot, but that's not a big deal. And technically, if someone wanted to cut this piece down, there's a lot of meat for them to do that. To trim off all the sides and just extract what they want to. And they wouldn't have to do really a whole lot of more work on with the top there. So yeah, I'll figure out the pricing, and I'll show this on Friday with the sticker price, and then I'll be 30% off the sticker price. So, ta-da! Yeah, that one down, and then I still have one more to do. Not right now. Where did I put it? At some point, I need to work on this piece, because this is also fire. And I'm worried about this piece, because the fire is down in here. It's hard to show with this lighting. Here, let me flip this around. And we're gonna turn off this light. Oh, we still can't see it. It's there. It's right down there. Right? Yeah. But my worry is that that layer that's down here, I'm really hoping it's this layer. Where's my pencil? I'm always misplacing that pencil every time. Oh, here it is. The crust. Here, I can show you really quick. So with the crust, if you come over here. Best way to get rid of the crust, grind it off. And since a ball tire, you have the equipment to do this. This is what I do. If I have a piece of obsidian that I'm not sure if it has fire in it or not, I just take it over here. So you want to see if it says any fire. We're going to zoom in. Zoom in hints. There we go. So I want to get a good look at this layer down here. But we have all this crusty stuff on there. So we're just going to do this. We're going to boop. And then we'll use a 140 for this one. So you guys can't see what I'm doing. You got fired. Better. So now I can actually see inside there where I need to go. And that layer looks like it does go across, but the downside is that layer comes down and then goes back up. That's not ideal. Usually for something like that, you should almost work it from the other side. I'm not gonna really worry about that right now. But I will show you. If you flip this around this way, hopefully we can see it. By we, I mean you. Yeah, the camera's not going to be able to show it for all that great. Oh. Maybe we can zoom in more. Can we zoom in more? Not this layer, right here. This layer down here. Zoom as far as we can go. That's too far. Right here should be good. There we go. There should be some good colors in there. And that layer should... Yeah, it's this layer right here. That layer right there. It goes down and it comes right back up. It goes right over here. So it's a good thing that is kind of extending like all the way across the piece, but the downside is it dips down right in the middle. For something like that, it almost... Change the setting on the light. There we go. Yeah, it's going to require a lot of work for that one. But that's okay. But I'm glad we got this one done. It looked real nice. Of course, I'm already fogging it up. But yeah, that one's done. That available for Friday. What time is it? 4:13. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. My pants are wet. My apron was not covering my leg, so now I have wet pants. Kept wet my hands, my pants. It's kind of that's 100% my fault. But yeah. Now I need to work on a video for Friday, as far as a pre-recorded video of prepping some trilobites for Kate's auction, which she'll be doing on Sunday. Ghost. Does anyone know if Lapidary Dave is still drilling holes for people? I would say reach out to Lapidary Dave if you can. I know at one point he was offering those kind of services. I don't know if he still is, but I would reach out to Lapidary Dave. Jim, Shed Progress is... I have a small swimming pool in my front yard. I'll show you around here. Cause it's been raining since yesterday, so there's a little bit of standing water in there, but they're gonna pump it out before they get the concrete in there. But supposedly, they're gonna be doing the pouring on Monday. Of course, weather depending. And then I told them I was going to pay. I'm happy with paying extra to have them do the insulation before they put the concrete down to kind of help out with the cooler summers and warmer winters. And there's Kelly. Hi there, Kelly. It's good. Jones pineapple cream soda, delicious. Not nutritious though. Put you guys right here without it falling down. Yeah. But yeah, that was it. That was the video for today. So I'll work on getting a that one last part of that stone touched up, and then I'll do a little recording. So we might have another video either come out today or tomorrow of the before and after for that piece. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me while we got that all polished up. And keep an eye out for a video Friday for some trilobites. I don't have dedicated a time allotment for it yet. But we will be live noon on Friday with Fire Obsidian, and the Fire Obsidian is going to be 30% off the sticker price. And I need to go through and see what we have. Which it's going to be a short live. It's not going to be a very big live because I don't have a lot of pieces. So if you want a chance for Fire Obsidian for a really good deal, Friday's going to be the day. Yeah, so I will see you all later. So thank you again, everybody. Bye-bye. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with family and eat some good food. Enjoy that food coma. I know I am. So, bye, everybody. Boop. And